Hello and welcome again to the Writer Review. This is Eric Carrot Writer, and this week we're going to be taking a look back at the 2018 erotic romantic comedy titled 50 Shades Freed. Now, 50 Shades Freed runs for 1 hour and 50 minutes long. It is directed by James Foley. It is produced by Michael DeLuca, E.L. James, Dana Bernetti, and Marcus Visidi. The script was written by Niall Leonard, and it was based on the novel by E.L. James. Now, the score was done by legendary composer Danny Elfman, the cinematography by John Schwartzman, and it was edited by Richard Francis Bruce, a guy who's got 3 first names and no last name, kidding aside, and a Deborah Neal Fisher. And the stars of the movie are Dakota Johnson, Jamie Dornan, Eric Johnson, not the guitarist Eric Johnson, but just another Eric Johnson. Let's see, we also got Rita Ora, Luke Grimes, Victor Rasuk, Jennifer Ellie, and Marcia Gay Harden. School must have not been great for her with a name like that. I'm just saying. So after watching the final conclusion of the romantic fantasy thriller, the 50 Shades series, I was left asking myself, what the fuck was I just watching? Even though there were a lot of clever ideas to bring the final chapter to a close, it will definitely leave you without a thing to think about afterwards. Everything that you have just watched will be forgotten, and you won't have to worry about watching it ever again. Because everything that's in this movie is all a complete washout, a complete afterthought, and you're just going to walk out of the theater in an empty bowl of silence. And when you come home and you want to have a discussion with your friends or family about what you just saw, guess what, folks? It's not going to happen. So after you come home, you'll be brushing your teeth, you'll be going to sleep, and you'll forget everything that you had just watched. Because it's just so goddamn forgettable. And it'll leave you with a big pile of, huh? That's how bad this movie is. 50 Shades of Grey showcases that this film is a romantic fantasy, but instead it's kind of made to look like a rape fantasy. Now, 50 Shades Darker uses the philosophy that being sexually mistreated as an adolescent gives you the courage to embody erotic intentions into your adulthood. And though the final installment is more tamer than its predecessors, there is nothing very positive in its morals. Yes, you're going to look at sexual, immoral degeneracy. It comes to life in this movie to a T, to a max. The film proceeds as Anastasia Gray, played by Dakota Johnson. She marries this Christian Gray, played by Jamie Dornan. And their journey that led to their marriage had the typical couple struggles. Their preparations of starting a family together are cohesive, but then another lady who goes by the name of Gia Mateo, played by Ariel Kebbel, comes into their lives and tries to wreck their marriage as she becomes a bit too flirty with Christian. And then, of course, Anastasia is like, get your fucking hands off my man, in a very possessive standpoint. I mean, she's now married to him, So get your grubby little hands off of them. Or let's just face it, the fingers on your hands will be no more. You get the picture, right? Of course you do. And these tempting moments are highlighted with promiscuous activities such as bondage with handcuffs and eating ice cream off the lower crevices of their anatomy. But the grandest moment of their marriage is that an evil intruder by the name of Jack Hyde, played by Eric Johnson, is continually making Anna's life a living hell. This leads Christian to hire top officials to protect her. Oh yeah. Not only is she possessive of him, he's also possessive of her and is going to ensure that nobody gets a hand on her. And especially from creepy Mr. Hyde, who first name is Jack, from her. So, let's just face it. There is a lot of possessiveness within their marriage. And I thought marriage was supposed to be full of faith and trust. I mean, how the hell did it go away so fast? Sometimes that even puts us onto the back burner. So the question is, why did they get married in the first place when neither one of them trusts each other? Isn't that what the foundation of marriage is? That's supposed to be based on faith and trust, and neither one of them trusts each other. It's mind-boggling. Maybe these guys should have waited another year or two before tying the knot. Just a suggestion. The whole stalker angle in the end becomes just a mere distraction as nothing is fully fleshed out and that Jack is only on to create tension, that his presence is just as important to the viewers. It's like Jack is only just the villain character because they just needed some kind of a foil to keep the story going. Otherwise, it's just both these two possessed with each other, and it's one of those you can look but you can't touch. On second thought, maybe don't even look either, because then I'll poke your eyeballs out and feed it to the eagles. I mean, he's practically just a villain to, cause a little mischief just for the sake of cheap tension. I mean, I've seen a lot of thriller movies too. But at least if you're going to have a villain character, at least give him some teeth. Oh yeah, he has teeth, right. But I mean by teeth, I mean character development. Not just, like throw a villain in just to keep the tensions flowing between Anastasia and Christian. And I think that's what Jack's character's purpose is in this movie. Okay, it's not for world domination or anything like that. Just to keep the story going because, hey, every romantic tale, we need a villain. In fact, this subplot is nothing more but filler, as it demonstrates how little was put into the screenplay. The intentions now shift from a woman involved in erotic role-playing to a cheapened direct-to-video thriller. Maybe it should have been put direct-to-video. At least it would save us a few extra bucks. $15? Fuck it. Just put it on TV. Forget paying money to sit in a theater with a bunch of other loud assholes. And after that, that leaves us wondering about the marital woes this couple endures throughout. Now, in the wake of the hashtag #MeToo movement, it's strange a film of this caliber would be released. I mean, especially with the whole rape fantasies and things like that. I mean, it was okay like back in 1986 when it wasn't really such a big deal. You know, if you've ever seen the movie 9.5 Weeks, which was also kind of an erotic romantic thriller, which, you know, of course starred, you know, Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger. Well, they were a lot younger back then. I mean, seeing them in this kind of movie today would be like, ugh. But you know, back then they were still young and youthful, and they were still trying to get through the door. I mean, they had veteran experience, yeah, but back then they got involved in this low-key but somewhat erotic thriller. Here we have an erotic thriller that was released during a time when erotic thrillers are basically like semi-taboo, with the whole hashtag #MeToo movement and the whole rape fantasies that is depicted in this movie. It just probably won't sit very well. I'm just surprised that this movie in particular was greenlit. Anna seems to be ignoring the obvious red herrings that describes the traits the movement cheaply opposes. So she's not really too much into the modernization of how women are depicted in movies, unfortunately. I mean, there are times when, yes, she does stand up to him, but then she eventually falls back on Christian's demands. Christian is not particularly a cookie-cutter good guy either. If you think that Jack Hyde, well, he's just an over-the-top, one-dimensional villain, Christian is not the hero on the white steed. He's not the white knight either. I mean, Christian has a lot of flaws to his psyche as well. He is controlling, aggressive, and can be quite temperamental towards her. He follows her everywhere to make sure she's not doing anything behind his back. He's also a fucking liar, and he's toxic to the mask, who uses her as a trophy wife for the sake of his own ego. Hey, look, I got a wife. Hey, look, I got a wife. I'm all manly. I'm all studly. I bet you never think I ever would bag a beautiful wife like this. That's just how his way of thinking is. And you know what? It makes me sick. She may not like his self-serving attitude, but still takes in his requests, and they think it's all right because they're in love. So then I ask, are you fucking serious? That's not love. That's obsession. That's possessiveness. Possessiveness is not love. Newsflash. Of course, the crew is only recreating the writings of E.L. James's novel, and that's just a harmless adaptation. And they all say, it's just a harmless adaptation. Okay, fine. Except that the script was written by her husband, Niall Leonard, who could have found alternatives to better the scenarios. But no, it's better to show scenes of two people eating ice cream on their body parts. Anybody care for a frozen cumsicle? I didn't think so. And just to show you I'm not completely negative, I'll say this movie definitely still succeeds in providing some rich cinematography so that sort of can make it completely not feel like it's a complete dud. I will give credit to that. The score is definitely backed with some wonderful pop songs to keep you in the mood. But then again, Why the fuck should we just watch this movie? We could just go out and buy the soundtrack and save us from keeping our eyes on this bullshit. And it's definitely one to keep you in the right mood. And the acting from Dakota Johnson, I'll give her some credit where credit is due, is actually pretty decent. And for the record, there really never is a mundane moment, but it's just done cheaply. And it could have saved us a few bucks from going to the fucking theater and to spend our money on $15 when we could have used it for other better purposes. There's not many films that invite you to the world of sexuality. But when it does, it gets dumbed down to an extended soap opera with little going for it except some pretty naughtiness. Petty naughtiness. And who needs to just sit through a theater and watch it? If we want to see some softcore porn, why don't we just rent a movie directed by Ron Jeremy and save us the hassle? I'm just kind of surprised that a movie of this caliber was released. If I wanted to release something, I would go sit on the toilet and release some shit. It's probably more entertaining than watching this crap load of a movie. But aside from the crap that was given in this movie, I'll say, like I said, the cinematography was fine. The soundtrack was great. Makes you just want to just go and buy the soundtrack and fuck the movie. Dakota Fanning may have stood out, but that's about it, all I can say. I didn't really particularly think the characters were all entirely likable. The villain character was pretty much just in for the foil, just for the sake of the movie just needed a villain and nothing more, nothing less. And this movie just really, really will make you just want to watch the movie and then forget it ever existed and hopes that you can just move forward in our lives and not have to worry about watching this movie ever again. So with all said and done, if I was to give this movie a score out of 10, I would give 50 Shades Freed a 5. So I guess this ends my writer review. Thank you all for listening in. If you wish to subscribe to my channel, please feel free to do so. If you wish to leave a comment, go right ahead. But just remember the 3 simple rules. Be kind, be courteous, and please refrain from any rude comments. And I will be back again with another movie review. So until next time, this is Eric Rutrider saying, keep watching those movies. And I'll see you around. Goodbye.